So first and foremost, I am excited, obviously, for our 5-star diamond call. This call is going to be really, really cool because it's getting to know your avatar. And Rachel Voris, who is a mommy of 2 adorable boys in San Diego, California, first and foremost, she actually has built an incredibly strong foundation and has grown over about 150,000 so far as her volume goes from last year, along with dropping or increasing in rank by 56 spots from this last elite report, which was super, super cool. So the question is, how did she do it? She's getting to know her avatar. She's like, I still don't know. But it's really about avatar, what she's marking towards. And so I really am excited for this call because you guys will take away so much from this, but also you'll be able to help your brand new coaches trying to find their avatar. So Rachel, you'll want to go ahead and unmute yourself, but you can go ahead and get started.
All right, and I'm hoping my kids stay occupied. You guys know it's noon now, so they're 2 and 3, so they're very close. They keep me busy, and their new thing is Land Before Time. If you remember that old dinosaur movie, they're like loving it. So hopefully they stay hooked to it. But yeah, so I guess how I sort of started this whole avatar thing is my coach and my coach we have a unique relationship in that she has become my success partner. As my coach, we just started seeing that we have a very similar vision. And so we sort of paired up and joined forces to create our team. In doing that, we sort of figured out along the way, who we were speaking to. We were always getting the same types of people that were joining our challenge groups that wanted to join our team. And so we started thinking about how was that happening? And why isn't that happening for our teams? And so we started really looking at what our coaches are doing and not doing. And we found so many of them, I'm sure you guys, this happens to you too, our coaches were literally copying and pasting our messages and our posts. And we were constantly messaging them and saying, listen, what's working for us is working for us because it's us. It's coming from our heart. It's our voice. So, it's not going to work for you because that's not you. Who are you? Who are you speaking to? And, a lot of us talk about what's your target market? And that's not what this is. Because when you think of target market, we want to help everybody. We don't just want to help our target market, right? I mean, we genuinely want to help whoever wants to join us. And so this avatar was developed to really help our coaches figure out their own voice. And we stress so much on our team, just be you. Be you, share you, and invite people to join you. And when they stayed true to that, we found that they really started excelling in their own personal journeys because they were being more honest with themselves, with their messages, and it was more clear about who they were and what they were doing in their voice in terms of just speaking on social media. And that was another part, gosh, how many coaches do we have now? There's I don't know, have we hit the 400,000 mark yet? Almost, so how do you make yourself stand out amongst the other 400,000 coaches that are also posting on social media? And you stand out by being you because nobody else can be you. And so that's sort of the message that we shared with our coaches. And so a couple months ago, we sort of restructured our Coach Basics. And our Coach Basics really had none of the Coach Basics stuff. We figured, since they released the new training modules, all of the info from Coach Basics is in there. All the videos, all the PDFs that they need to really learn the back office stuff and how to run this business, it's all there. They need to self-pace through it and they need to get on that training module. What was missing for our coaches to grow their business was figuring out who they are as a coach and who it is that they need to speak to. So again, it wasn't identifying their target market, it was identifying one person, just one person that they could have a dialogue with through social media. And so the way that we did that, again, Coach Basics aside, we took all of that sort of back office type training away from our Coach Basics and we created this new coach avatar training. And so the first day, we had them really drill in with their why. And, everybody has a why. I want to be the best me for my kids. I want to, make more money for financial freedom. Okay, why? Trying to dig deeper. And we really challenged them to dig and dig and dig and kept asking them why. We forced them to create a YouTube video with their why. So that was sort of the first training. How many coaches do you have that like, you tell them to make a video and they have no idea how to upload it. They have no idea how to do that. So that was sort of a training in a training that they didn't really know was a training. They had to share their why in video form. So that was the first part, getting out of their comfort zone, really identifying that. The second day, we had them really focus on who that avatar was. And the way we did that was, and I have a worksheet that I can share with you guys, and honestly, I don't remember where this worksheet came from, but we use it now with our coaches. It asks you, you know, what does your avatar look like? What are they interested in? What kind of, when they go on to Google, what are they Googling? What kind of blogs do they follow? Who are they following on social media? All of those kinds of questions to really dig into who they are. Can you hear my kids screaming? So we had them sort of fill out that worksheet, you know, not in too much detail, but really figuring out who they are. And we share with them, and the videos that we post each day, you know, our training is all video directed. We have some context, but a lot of it is just video, you know, so they can see us and our voice. And in the videos, we are very animated, like overly animated, so they can really see our personality, you know, and see that when you're doing a video like this and you're talking to your people on social media, people are going to scroll past and are not going to be interested in watching you. But if you share that you went to the grocery store and you got, you know, you're going to engage more people. So you need to show that personality. So I introduced my avatar. My avatar is Morgan. She is a 35-year-old stay-at-home mom. She's 5'6". She is blonde, more blonde than me. She's tan, very tan, really, really tan, but not too tan. She has 2 kids. She has a 5-year-old daughter and an 8-year-old son, and she just loves to live life with so much passion. You know, whether it's her family, she is all in, her workouts, you know, when she's the kind of person that when you see her working out, you're like, whoa, you know, she's just really all in. And so we share this in video form with our coaches so that they can get a sense that there is one person that we are speaking to. And so with that, that's sort of that second day, is figuring out who that avatar is. Can you guys hang in 1 second? I'm going to grab my little one off of the high chair so he feels a little more free.
Love it. Coach life, right? Hashtag mom life.
Okay, sorry about that. Cooper doesn't want to be locked in his high chair with Robert sitting next to him like a big boy, so he can try to be a big boy now too. But so the reason we do that, again, is figuring out who that one person is that you want to hold your hand and you want to run on this journey, and that's how we describe it to them. It's not your target market, because again, as coaches, we want to help everybody. We don't just want to help the postpartum mom, right? We want to help anybody that wants our help. And so the avatar is figuring out who that very specific person is, what they look like, what their interests are, what their family environment looks like, so that when you're posting on social media, you're having a dialogue. Because again, we found that our new coaches, they were either copying and pasting what other coaches were doing. They were posting things that they thought people would want to see, and they weren't being themselves. And since they weren't being themselves and having a dialogue with their one person, people weren't connecting with them. And so by having that one person, you're just having a conversation. And so we found that it has helped our coaches, rather than being scared, right? Our new coaches are so scared to post on social media. Rather than being scared, we tell them, just be you. Just share your day. Just have a conversation with your one avatar friend, that one avatar that you want sitting next to you at Summit next year. Have a conversation with them and try to engage them so that they're there with you next year. So again, you're trying to get everybody to want to join you, but we're making our new coaches more comfortable on social media by just speaking to one person. So that's sort of day 2. We have them introduce who their person is, and they can do that in text or, you know, in a video form. It's sometimes fun. They it was funny in the thread, we all were posting our little emojis or whatever, and that's what it becomes. It becomes really fun. People actually draw little pictures of their avatar, or, they take a picture from a magazine and they create like a collage of their person and what their family environment looks like. So we really encourage them to figure out who that person is that they can have an open dialogue with. Once we've identified who that person is, we then go and we begin to communicate with that person. And day three is about creating posts that are going to create dialogue with your avatar. So whether it doesn't have to be Beachbody related, whether it was, picking your kid up from school, or a vacation that you and your significant other are planning, or whatever it is, just in text form, in writing, tell us a story. Speak to your avatar and tell us in a story. And this day, we really help them to establish a voice in their writing, because the thing about writing, how many times do you guys have messages that even our own messages are misunderstood by challengers or coaches? And so we tell our coaches, you want to write it in a way that if someone were to read it, they can't read it how they want to read it. They read it how you are meant to write it and read it, So we tell them when they write a post, we want you to literally read it out loud. If there is something that you emphasize in your voice when you're reading it out loud, figure out a way to emphasize that word or that phrase in your writing. So, how many coaches you see are writing in capital letters if they're emphasizing one, or they put little asterisks or whatever it is, and some people, they say that their personality is not to write in capitals. But it might not be your personality, but you need to stand out amongst the other 400,000 coaches, and you want to make sure that your message is read in the way you meant for it to be read, and not read how your reader wants to read it. Does that make sense? So we work a lot on that. And it takes a lot of time, this training. We were doing it monthly. I think now we're going to do it quarterly, and our coaches are going to have to apply to be in this, because my success partner and I, we were reading a lot and giving a lot of feedback, a lot of very personal feedback about, rewrite it this way. If you reread it, nothing is emphasized. It's just very blah. I'm reading it how I want to read it. So we really encourage them to, again, read it out loud and emphasize those points so that they're speaking to that person and that person is receiving it how they want it to be read. The next day we go into a video form, and we really stress to them, we all say all the time, getting out of your comfort zone is the success to this business. How many of us, when we put those before and after pictures, like that's when your business blew up. I don't know about you guys, but that's when all of a sudden I was like, all right, I got something here. Not everybody's ready to do that, but the more people can get to know you, the more people are going to want to join you. So we encourage our coaches, to step out of your comfort zone and create a video. Create a video. Tell us what you did yesterday. Beachbody aside, if meal planning and workouts were a part of it, that's great. But just tell us what you did yesterday. And we tell them to share their personality. Pretend they're sitting next to their avatar and have a conversation with them. And so that's what they do. So again, it takes a lot of time because we're watching all of these videos. We tell them to keep it to about 2.5 to 3 minutes. So we're not watching all day long. But that again really helps them to develop their voice and who they are and stand out amongst the other, very, very cluttered social media. The next day we sort of drill down a little more, and we help them to identify what their 3 to 5 pillars are. So, we don't want them just posting about a bunch of different, stuff all the time. We want them to really drill down and focus on 3 to 5 things that they have in common with their avatar, that they speak to their avatar about. And, I think we've all been through this as well, fitness, faith, family, friends, fashion, whatever your passions might be. We encourage them to post, 3 to 5 days, 3 to 5 times a day, always relating back to one of their pillars, having a conversation with their avatar. So again, this has really helped them to create more storytelling posts too. So they're not just posting a picture with their water and hydrating for the day, or their picture with their shake, got my superfoods. Who cares? And we tell our coaches that. I'm sure you guys all do too. Nobody cares about the Shakeology that you're holding in your hand right now with a smile. What about it? Tell us about it. What's the story behind it? So we encourage that with those pillars. Speak to those 3 to 5 topics that you are passionate about and share them with that one person. Don't worry about the other billions of people on Facebook. If you can speak to that one person, you will draw people in simply because you are being yourself and nobody else can be you. So that's really the message that we really try to emphasize and share with our coaches. Again, just be you. And then finally, the next, so that's sort of the first week. We do Monday through Friday. My team, we really, really stress unplugging on the weekends. I really only post in the morning on my page and on my profile, and I encourage my coaches to do the same, and they have been so thankful for that. So in any of our trainings, we don't have any posts on Saturday and Sunday, because, we do this so that we can be free. And unplugging on the weekend is so important to that. So we encourage unplugging on the weekend. Catch up on these days if you need to. But then the next week, we sort of use Monday and Tuesday to talk about different posts, what they're sharing more videos, and really adding value to those. Not just, having the conversation with your avatar, but why does your avatar want to hear that? What is it about that your avatar can take away and integrate into their lives? So again, so much about it is really just being you, sharing you, and drawing that person in to join you, because nobody else can do that. And so again, I know these are the same messages you guys are all probably sharing with your coaches, but I think this has really helped our coaches to get out of their comfort zone without being so scared to speak to thousands of people when they're just having a conversation with one person, and they're developing a relationship with that one person. And in the process, more people are joining them and being attracted to them because they're just being real. They're sharing their voice. People know their voice. They see their personality, and that stands out from the other coaches. So that's sort of that in a nutshell. Does anybody have any questions or anything about that?
That was awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that was kind of quick.
That was quick. It was awesome. What questions do you guys have?
I was going to add something. First of all, Rachel, Leanne and I were giggling on this call because it was so great, because we just had a conversation probably 2 hours before this exactly about this topic, because we have the same thing that we're going through. Like, we kind of became success partners. I'm her coach, but we were on the same level. And we found that a lot of our coaches, they're struggling to find their voice because they're not, just like you said, they don't know quite their avatar. So literally had this exact conversation. And so this training that you do, I think, is awesome. And I think that this gives us like huge direction of where we want to go.
Yeah, that's great. And again, it was, we thought that it was, it was great the couple times that we did it. There are some coaches that, don't fully run with it, but the ones that did, the 3 girls, there were 3 girls in the first time that we did this, and they went diamond in like 45 days because they just took, and they wanted it, they would have done it without this anyway, I never know what I think about trainings. People that want it are gonna do this whether they have the training or not, but they really took this avatar piece to heart and really just started being themselves and just started just speaking just whatever was in their mind. They spoke it, and I think people really appreciated that, because we do as new coaches, new coaches always want to wonder, who should I follow? Who are the top 10? What is my coach doing? And they literally copy and paste it. And that was killing me. 1, it was killing me because that's not going to move them forward. And 2, it was killing me because no one's going to trust me if they see that somebody else is posting the exact same thing. So it was making me like so angry. And I was like, how can I get my coaches to stop posting what I'm posting and just be themselves? And so created this whole training that helped them to figure out who they are in the social media space and who it is that they need to speak to. So yeah, so it's helped. It's helped a lot. Yeah.
What other questions do you coaches have? Or how maybe they got this training started? I mean, obviously, I know you went by day, but any questions? If you're wanting to duplicate something like this into your team or on a team call, does that strike any questions for you?
I got on late. I'm sorry. But how long did you say the training is that you typically do for this?
It's 5 days. We do 5 days, and then we keep it open the second week where we really talk about, the coaches are open to sharing their posts, sharing any videos that they're putting out there, and we're giving them constant dialogue through the second week and really helping them to use their voice by also adding value to their posts.
Thank you.
Yeah. And I can share with you guys, the videos and stuff. And I can definitely share that worksheet. The worksheet is there. It's very, very detailed. I'm not sure we really need to know what our avatar is Googling and what kind of blogs they're following, but it helps. Some of our coaches have filled it out in absolute depth, and it has really helped them to know exactly who they need to speak to. So. And it's given them a lot of confidence, because now, rather than sitting there I still do it. I sit sometimes and I'm like, it'll be like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I'll be like, oh my gosh, I haven't posted. What should I post? And this just helps you to kind of just take it back. Don't worry about what to post. Just open up and just start writing or start taking a video and just speak to that one person. If you speak to that one person and those other people who are following you and are engaged in who you are, they're going to appreciate what you have to put out there. So.
Okay, ladies, any other questions?
I just want, Rachel, thank you so much for this call. Is that me? Sorry. It was, I'm like, echo. No, the information is awesome. And like Rhonda said, this is exactly, especially an area I struggle with. I know my own, when I first started off as Rhonda as my coach, like I was that person who like, ooh, can I do that? Can I share that? So now that my coaches do it to me, you're right. It totally drives me nuts, because I realize the value in Rhonda pushing me to grow as my own person and learning to speak my words from me, from my heart. And I know that what that did to my business in the past year. And I'm so struggling with how to get my coaches over that hump, and to stop echoing everything I do, and to be their own person. And I tell them that all the time, but I love this training, and it's definitely something I know I'm going to want to integrate into my own practice. So thank you very much for sharing that. I'm very appreciative.
Sorry, my boys are running with trucks, but yeah, thank you. And you guys, I kind of also rolled this out in my sneak peek. I'm on Megan Evoldsen's team. Well, I'm under Carrie Legault, but they paired up to form Fit and Fierce. And so I run my sneak peek exactly the same as she does, because we were a part of Megan's sneak peek, and so we've sort of evolved from that. And so when I talk about the 3 vital behaviors, and I talk about how to be successful as a coach is simply doing the 3 vital behaviors consistently. When I talk about inviting, we all know inviting does not mean those cold hard invites. It simply means building the relationship. And I go into detail then about social media and how you just have to be yourself, because even as prospective coaches, they look at all of your posts and they're like, I could never post on social media like she does. I could never share what she does, right? I did that too. But so I'm upfront with it in my sneak peek, and I let them know, inviting is all about being you. Oh my goodness. 2 and 3-year-old just chasing trucks. That's my life. But yeah, so I share it up front in my sneak peek, in that invite piece. I share about the social media and about how we are going to help you figure out who you are as a coach. But ultimately, putting yourself out there is all just going to be about having a conversation with one person and just being yourself. Because again, people are so afraid to do that, and they're afraid that the thousands of people are never going to like, or their post is just going to be criticized or whatever. And we just share upfront in the sneak peek, you just have to be yourself. If you are yourself and you can inspire one person to be there with you, then you've succeeded as a coach. So we're upfront with it from day one too, so they know what to expect even before they join the team.
Very cool. Any other questions, comments? Anything? Crickets. Literally, because I'm the only one talking and everybody's on mute. Okay, so
This is valuable for you guys. It seems quick. Everybody's good.
Right? I think that's the biggest thing, within this business is you want your coaches to find their voice. You want them to succeed higher than you. The biggest compliment to you is when your coach goes above you, or the coach that you bring on goes above you, right? And honestly, when you see that, you're starting to create a strong foundation, but it's exactly that. They have found their voice. And so incredibly invaluable. Thank you so much, Rachel, for sharing that. I know it was funny when she told me what her topic was. I was like, what? I had to Google. I was like, what is your avatar? Because I think Avatar and I think the movie, right? And so, kind of silly. But even I was like, wait, okay, cool. I love this. But it really is about helping your coaches find their voice. And what is that? It's honestly, that's what's going to make them successful, but it's the consistency of it. It's constantly bringing out their personality. And we've noticed, this business I work with so many coaches that are so introverted, but they can make it work because they still have a shelter. They still have a comfort zone, and they don't have to step way out, but they can still let their voice be heard and encourage, inspire others to success. So I absolutely love that. So great topic today. I will ask just one more time. Any last questions, comments?
I'll chime in.
Yeah. Love it.
I can never keep my mouth shut.
That's why I love you, Anna.
I'm just gonna sit on my hands. This avatar training is we do it a little bit different on our team, but obviously the same topic. Ours was an auto responder because it does take a lot of effort to kind of go through everybody's, and I didn't want to lose that. So on my training site, we do have an avatar training for them. I actually pulled it out of a autoresponder, and they're just videos, walking them through there. But I also wanted to say two things. My team didn't post at all. They were too afraid to post at all. So I now start my team out of 21 days of posting. Like, this is a posting in a box, so that they understand the system of actually getting out of their comfort zone. After 21 days, then they start to build their own name and their voice. But I will say that I don't necessarily dig into that like I should after that first 21 days. So yes, while people are still posting the same exact things, I give them like 3 options. Here are 3 options for your morning Monday post. I like that you brought this topic up, especially because right now I'm running a 5-day I'm frustrated as a coach and I'm not at my goals event. And so yesterday was like, here's a form, get it all out, fill this out, get it all out, complain, vent, do whatever you want to do. So I'm actually talking about more, not necessarily the new coaches using this avatar thing, not necessarily the new coaches, but those coaches that have been coaches that are like, I'm not at my goal, I'm complaining, blah, blah, blah. Here, get it out on this form. I'm not going to read them. I literally said, get it out, even voice to text it in your Evernote and copy and paste the link to your Evernote in there just so that there's accountability. And I can see that there's a list of people. So out of 101 people in this group, there were last night 50 vents, 50 line items of people just venting, and they felt, oh my God, that's so great. And I said, okay, that's the only time you get to vent. So now today is mindset of, having the ability to be successful. And so it really does actually go down that line of having your own voice. So that's where this clicked for me today, was rather than tomorrow talk about just posting, I took notes from what you said. And so I'm going to utilize this and remind them that there is avatar training, but for just this very short period of time. Okay, now that you've all done the 21 days of posting, here's what you need to do and have your own voice. And that goes along with the whole mindset, because this 5-day group is really mindset and belief, because I have a whole lot of people that want it and they just stall, and and I know, we all know, you've been doing it a long time, you have a gut feeling. Let me guess, you feel that you can't be that successful. You haven't reached those goals. You're comparing yourself with other people. It's all that. So it's mindset. But then again, I love the fact that you said, it's super easy to talk to one person, that avatar. So I love that. That's how I'm marrying it up for those that are not new coaches, that, still helpful. So thank you.
That's great, Anna. And I think we're sort of going in that direction too, because with new coaches, it was a lot. And we wanted to give our new coaches the attention that they deserved and the feedback that they needed. And so we're thinking now to moving it more to having it as a self-guided training that's available there, so they can look at the videos and they can do that kind of stuff. But then offering a quarterly group where any of the coaches on our team can apply. And we're going to limit it to about 10 people who are really going to dive in and participate in this, so that, there's, 10 3-minute videos is more manageable than, all the new coaches, which all of them didn't necessarily dive in. But yeah, I agree. It's a lot of times it's not the new coaches who need it. It's the more experienced ones. So thanks.
Very cool. Well, thank you, ladies. Thank you, Rachel. That was an amazing topic. And I think it's, now take it to your team. The biggest thing with these calls, okay, now take it to your team and see how we can duplicate this, because that's just going to make you and your foundation so much stronger. And you're going to have coaches that are going to be enlightened by themselves. And, they want that inspiration to know that they're doing a good job and to find that one person that truly connects with them. So I appreciate all of your time as always. So great to see all of your beautiful faces. I know it's been a little bit since we had Labor Day weekend, but appreciate you jumping on the call. Of course, always here for you. And then if you need anything, you know where to find me. But thank you, Rachel, once again. I will post within our group, and then you're more than welcome to add anything that you had from this that you put into your group. If you want to add it, cool. Because I know you said you had a worksheet. So other than that, ladies, thank you for popping on. You have a wonderful day, okay? See ya.
Thank you, guys.